The borough of Brooklyn is the location for the Spurs. As natural of a scorer as you'll find in the game, DeMar DeRozan looking to lead the way. He'll be a key factor for sure in the offense tonight as they assemble themselves for basketball at Barclays Center. Spurs, Nets, coming up next. Don't go anywhere.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, sports fans, here we go. Tonight, the Brooklyn Nets taking the floor against the San Antonio Spurs. Well, for San Antonio, a tall task for them to win this one. On the road against a much superior team. Their margin for error, pretty thin. Man, we are in for a treat. Two incredible front courts in this one, Shaq. Talented and highly skilled.
You know, it used to be only a few forwards that could step out and torch you from deep. Now, that's the key role to a lot of teams.
You know what? The amount of mobility now in the front courts is incredible. I mean, you know, hey, Shaq, you look kind of svelte right now. What are you, running around 250 bills?
600.
600 pounds?
Told you.
Yeah. All day, every day.
I told you.
Oh, are we still on the air?
Oh, man.
Strike that from the tape.
We've got it down, Kevin. Back to you.
Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Aldridge.
He stepped up his game on the glass big time this month. His numbers are outstanding, but even if the numbers weren't there, his activity in the paint has been incredible. His hard work is paying off, and they want more of the same from that young man.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Well, guys, DeMar DeRozan is a prolific scorer, but he's also a dangerous drive and kick weapon. He said, I never pay attention to the defender guarding me. I look at the four guys behind him and how they react. A lot of times I don't even look to score. I draw 3 or 4 guys and get my teammates open shots. Kevin?
Great vision, David. Thank you. Scouting reports very detailed, Clark. Talk about the types of insights those scouting reports would reveal about your team and your opposition.
Typically player tendencies and team tendencies. How do they win? What areas are they really strong in? A team being excellent on the glass or tremendous in transition offense or very physical. I mean, just those types of nuggets that you would have for a team and then individual players so that you could try to position them to not be at their best by what you did to counteract them.
Good explanation. And a look at the starters for San Antonio. It's Aldridge at the power forward with Pirtle at center. DeJounte Murray is out there with White. And it's DeRozan in at small forward. And for Brooklyn, Prince and Durant are at the 3 and the 4. Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. And it's Jordan in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And here are the Spurs. Murray outside. He kicks to Pirtle. The pass to White. And it's off the back rim. No good. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They beat the Spurs during their last encounter in San Antonio.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
And you know what? If they run away with this game like they did in that one, I'd expect to see plenty of minutes again for the guys coming off the bench.
Here's DeRozan. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Kevin Durant.
It's common to see wing players improve their perimeter shooting in the league, but DeMar DeRozan's most striking growth has been his ball handling and playmaking. He's been dynamic with the ball in his hands.
That's good from DeRozan. And Greg DeRozan watching a ton of films of guys like Andre Miller and Sam Cassell operating in the pick and roll.
Not only that, Kevin, to strengthen his left hand, he'd use it for daily activities like writing, leaving no stone unturned to become an expert initiator.
Both free throws good from DeRozan. And growing up about 15 miles south of the Staples Center, DeMar DeRozan idolized Kobe Bryant, Clark, and patterned his game after him.
And you can see evidence of Kobe's game in DeMarcus's game. You think about the footwork, the ability to post up, the moves and counter moves, the balance and strength. I think he owes a lot of that to the Mamba.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation. The Spurs shooting their third free throw shot of the game.
And in a league that's obsessed with threes and layups, LaMarcus Aldridge defying the trend, really feasting on a steady diet of mid-range jumpers.
Now here's Murray. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game, and he gets the bucket.
You know, we know Murray's got some creativity to his passing game, but no need to be creative there. I mean, he sees the wide open man and zips it right to him.
And that turnaround jumper of Aldridge's, Greg, just impossible to defend.
Long arms, that high release point, when it's falling, well, we saw him give OKC 56. This man can take over.
Pirtle with the steal. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Pull-up jumper. Jordan with the rebound. The Nets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And stolen by Aldridge. Pass to White. Good, and the assist goes to Murray.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
At the top of the key, Durant. Over Aldridge. KD with the bucket.
And KD just keeps coming at you with that jumper. There isn't anything you can do except hope he goes cold.
Now Murray. Pass to Pirtle. Right side Aldridge. Pirtle kicks to Murray. 6 on the shot clock. The rebound by KD.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Lobs it up for Jordan. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Yeah, you got to respect the athletic reach of Jordan now. Throw it up, and he will bash in the alley-oop.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for San Antonio. They trail by 1. Floats one, and it's blocked by Jordan. Here's LeVert. San Antonio with the rebound. Right side, DeRozan. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Durant, and then Durant with the dunk.
Well, I love the speed that Durant has. I mean, fantastic at slashing into the paint and scoring right at the rim. That length of stride of his and his speed, lethal combination.
Murray against Irving. Murray surveying the D. And the layup's good off the glass.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket?
Irving kicks to Levert. Pass to Prince. Nets passing it around. Clock at 6. Back to Irving. Over Murray. Durant trying to break free. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Prince.
And the mid-range shot of Irving is impressive. He has wonderful form with that shot.
And Murray, here we go. Off with the layup.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
It's Levert on the wing. Rebound by Murray.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And Durant sends it back. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Levert's athleticism on full display as he makes great effort in the fast break.
Spurs trail by 5. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
KD against DeRozan. Back to Aldridge. And the call on the shot that sent line. And Clark, ordinarily quiet by nature, LaMarcus Aldridge has become a more outspoken leader in recent years.
Yeah, and that's a good sign. Sometimes you have to get out of your comfort zone for the good of the team. Aldridge is, by nature, a laid-back, quiet guy, and sometimes that can work against a team. But in his case, he realized that he needed to be more vocal and stepped into doing that.
Free throw good from Aldridge.
And a great track record in the draft for the Nets. Karis LeVert selected with the 20th pick and Jared Allen taken at 22.
And you might want to throw in guys too. Rodions Kurucs, the 40th pick in 2018, had a big impact, even participated in the Rising Stars Challenge. And you know, sometimes you've got to make your own breaks, make your own good fortune, and that's exactly what the Nets have done. Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. Such an advantage when your bigs can knock them down from the line.
Here's Irving. He had 19 points in the win against Memphis. Here's LeVert, the rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Well, you give Karis LeVert that kind of positioning, guys. I mean, he's going to finish with power.
Looking at the last game for San Antonio, it was a win against the Hornets in Charlotte. Murray dishes to White. He feeds it to Aldridge. That one's not going to go. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Yeah, I felt like they attacked, but with a purpose. They knew what they wanted to accomplish coming in.
Well, it really showed the trust they have in one another. I love how they got after it, and you could feel that they were playing for each other.
Now White following the three-point attempt by Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here is Irving. Checking some stats on him right now. He's averaging just around 22.5 points a game. Here's Jordan. Back to Irving. To the inside. 5 to shoot. That's tipped. Here's DeRozan. LeVert grabs the miss.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now here's Prince. He had 10 points in the win against Memphis.
Yeah, but he was the ultimate two-way player. Defensively, also doing a great job. A couple blocks in that game as well.
And the Nets making a change here. Dinwiddie's checked in. The Spurs also changing it up. Rudy Gay's checked in for Pirtle. And it's Bellinelli in for Derek White. And it's DeRozan with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. They trail by 1. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
Well, you know, it takes character, poise, toughness to win on the road, and that's exactly what they showed last game.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Nets.
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
You know, Murray's game is about putting the ball on the floor, moving without it when he doesn't have it, and driving and keeping pressure on the defense.
Now, here is Irving. Outside Jordan. Back to Irving. Gay with the block.
Gay using his reach and bounce to perfection to block the shot.
So for the Nets, Harris is checked in for Taurean Prince. And it's Crawford in for Kyrie Irving. Then for the Spurs, Lyles checked in for Aldridge. Bryn Forbes comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Mills in for Murray. San Antonio trailing here. Mills looking it over. And the pass to Lyles. Trying his luck from deep. A rebound by the Nets. Here's Dinwiddie. Makes it off the glass. Dinwiddie's got his second basket of the night.
You know, with Harris, if you're open, he's going to make sure he finds you.
Spurs trail by 3. Now here's Mills. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Here now is Dinwiddie. Harris outside. Back to Dinwiddie. Right side, Jordan. Harris's shot is good. And now a 5-point Nets lead.
Yeah, impressive shot there by Harris. He's in the league to make the hard shots, not just the open ones.
The 3 from Mills. Allen with the rebound.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay. And season 4 for Coach Kenny Atkinson with the Nets. You got to be impressed with the job he's done in Brooklyn.
Yeah, you know, Kenny is a hard worker. He's a bit of a grinder if you were trying to term what category he might fit into. And you see that in his team. And, you know, he admits it. He's getting better just like his players are. And that's a great, great statement because we're all hopefully getting better as we move forward.
Here's Gay, and it's sent back by Allen.
Boy, that expansive reach of Allen. I mean, so good at positioning himself and using his length and time to stifle shooting.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
To end the run. That shot misses. The Nets go the other way with it.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Spurs trail by 10. Gay passes to Mills. Gay with it. Kicks it to Mills. Pass to Lyles. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
Dinwiddie with the bucket.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes a team.
Here's Mills. Spencer Dinwiddie picking up that last basket. Gay against Jordan. Here's Forbes. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got his 4th rebound in this one. And there is a whistle. That goes on Bryn Forbes. That is his first foul of the game. Brooklyn leading by 12. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Dinwiddie with it. 14 points from him the last game against Memphis. Back to Allen. Bellinelli against Harris. No good with the triple. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. We come back right after this. One of the league's best point guards, Kyrie Irving, had this to say about his competition.
In 2011, I came into a league where the point guard position was still being revolutionized, and now guys are solidifying that spot every single year. There are young guys coming in, but now we have established point guards that are franchise-changing point guards. And for me, having that competitive drive every single game, I know I'm going against an elite point guard every single game. So I think that now coming into the league, it's a lot different than it was before.
Some say, Greg, a golden age at the point guard position.
Yeah, and Irving right there with the best of them. He embraces the challenge.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And the Nets pretty much in control here, it would seem.
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you know, you have a guy in there blocking a bunch of shots or multiple players blocking shots. It causes the offense to think twice when they go up for shots in there.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. Rudy Gay is out there with Trey Lyles. And it's Mills. Then there's Bellinelli. And it's Forbes in at the 2 spot. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, my cousin LaMarcus Aldridge is not the flashiest player, but he is respected. His former teammate in Portland, C.J. McCollum, said he hasn't changed his game to try and fit the new NBA. He shoots mid-range, scores under the basket, strong as heck. He knows who he is. And Kevin, LaMarcus isn't really my cousin, but his game never goes out of style.
You're right, D.A., and he is still getting it done. Thank you. Hey. Rebound, Brooklyn. Allen's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And that's rocking the rim. Give him the 2 points and tack on some for style.
Oh, he deserves them. He deserves all the points he can get there. Sensational.
I call that an executive summary statement.
Kevin Durant, he's checked in for Jamal Crawford.
Boy, I covered Jared Allen in college, and you look at the physical profile he's got. 7.5-foot wingspan, big hands, explosive, really good athlete. He's got all the tools and an upside without limits.
Now here's Bellinelli. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. He dishes it to KD. It's tipped. A second chance effort. Claxton with the bucket. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. And it's Mills with the ball for the Spurs. 17-point game. And Dinwiddie over to help. And Mills kicks to Lyles. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. You were talking, Clark, about Allen's length and leaping ability. He's dangerous around the rim.
Boy, he sure is, guys. Still developing his skill game, but he's already more than serviceable at the offensive end of the floor. And we know he's a rim protector defensively. Good feet, gets up and down, has a nice touch and good hands. Boy, this guy is going to be some kind of player going forward.
Now, here's Mills. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Dishes it to Forbes. And there's the call on Durant. That's his third foul of the game.
And that's the tough part of trying to keep him on the floor. Now he picks up that third foul.
Pirtle, he is checked in for Lyles. Here's Gay. He had 10 points in the win against Charlotte.
Yeah, but the rebounding in that game as well was just tremendous. I mean, he dominated the backboard. The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Spurs trail by 19. Now Mills. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Passes it to Forbes. Pass to Bellinelli. Stolen by Durant. And finished off by KD.
And at nearly 7 feet tall, Durant is a prime-time threat to pound one down. Got to keep him away from the rim.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Clark, a lot of coaches like to run their offense through centers. Any names you can think of who you'd be comfortable running your offense through at that position?
Well, just because I've watched him and loved his game since locking into him, Jokic. Yes. Man, can he pass it. He can shoot it. He can score it inside. He's got such excellent hands and touch. He's at the top of the list. DeMarcus Cousins, big guy that can shoot it and pass it as well. And Marcus Hall is also in that list.
You'd feel comfortable with any of those guys holding the ball, distributing the ball, wouldn't you?
No doubt.
Irving drives in, and Pirtle sends it back.
And Pirtle deserves a lot of credit for his shot blocking ability. He's a dynamic and dynamite shot blocker.
And with that one, it ends an 11-0 run by Brooklyn.
Nets leading by 19. Here's Irving. The pass to Claxton. KD on the wing. And it comes off the front of the rim. For San Antonio, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Mills, that's a two-pointer. A rebound by the Nets.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Here's Mills. His last outing, he had 8 points. Outside DeRozan. Pass to Aldridge. Gay outside. Back to Aldridge. Over Claxton. Aldridge misses. For Brooklyn, they've gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Claxton, the pass to Durant. Over Gay. And it's Durant missing. Spurs trail by 21. Now here's DeRozan. 14 points from him the last game against Charlotte.
Trailing here in the game, you can look at his performance as a direct indicator of why they're losing.
Dinwiddie left side from outside the arc. And there's KD. That's good on the assist by Dinwiddie. 13 points for KD. Spurs shooting a pretty pitiful 25% in this game. Offensively, they can't get anything going. Mills passes to DeRozan. Now Pirtle. Gay scanning the floor. Clock at 4. Here's Aldridge. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
Boy, this is as skilled an inside scorer as you're going to see, folks. I mean, Aldridge has a lot of post moves.
Outside Irving. Outside KD. Irving attacking. That's good, and it's KD with the assist. Irving's got 8 points.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And it's DeRozan with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. The rebound by the Nets. Claxton's got his 4th rebound in this one.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And the 6'6" point guard Spencer Dinwiddie, 2nd-round pick of the Detroit Pistons in 2014. You know, Greg, they might have wished they held on to him.
One of the most improved players in our league. Last season, he signed that 4-year, $48 million extension from the Nets, rewarding his growth.
The free throw drops for Dinwiddie.
And, you know, guys, the Spurs team dinners, the stuff of legends, just building camaraderie and getting to know one another and being orchestrated with care by head coach Greg Popovich. They enjoyed the finest restaurants and great food and drink, but the fellowship and camaraderie, probably the most important part of those dinner gatherings.
He hits both from the stripe. And Clark, the act of getting dinner, sitting down to a meal. As a team, it brings people together.
It really does, guys, and I can't overstate it. When you get a chance to know your teammates off the court, it adds to your ability to play for them on the court. It can't always be just about grind, grind, grind. There has to be some compassion, some caring, some understanding, and sometimes the best places to do that are at restaurants with good food and good drink.
Irving with a clean look. Misses the 3.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Gay outside. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Kevin Durant. Durant's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Prince. Rebounded by the Spurs. A 3 from Gay. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. Gay's got 7.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Passes to Dinwiddie. Now here's Prince. Light covering. Durant kicks to Irving. Sinks the triple. He's got 11.
Seems like he can't miss right now, guys. I mean, completely in the zone this quarter.
So it's the Spurs now. Here's Murray up on top. He's covered by Irving. And here's Gay. 7 points in the game. And now the fast break. Durant with the ball. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And the foul goes against San Antonio.
And you can see that Durant has an incredible drive. He wants to be an all-time legend when it's all said and done.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
And at this point, there simply is no doubt that Kevin Durant is one of the great shooters to ever play the game. The only question is just where on the all-time list will he land when we talk about the unstoppable scorer.
DeAndre Jordan's checked in for the Nets. Karis LeVert comes in for Spencer Dinwiddie. Durant hits them both. And with Durant, perhaps the most amazing part, he can have quiet nights, Greg, of 30-plus points.
Kevin, his scores are just so easy for him that you forget you aren't supposed to see 7-foot sharpshooters doing it. He can score from anywhere in any fashion and can hold his own with any player in history in terms of how unguardable he is.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Now here's DeRozan. And you know the points will always be there for him. He's averaging just a shade under 20 points a game right now. Gay misses. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. KD finds Prince. Here's LeVert from down in the low post. It goes. LeVert's got 6 points.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
So it's the Spurs now after the basket by Brooklyn, and Durant sends it back. Lobbed up there for Durant. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Man, he gets it done in bunches, does Durant. He's a superb scorer. You just got to marvel at his greatness.
Murray with it. 8 points his last outing. Here's DeRozan. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Prince against DeRozan. It's stolen by DeRozan. Murray outside. Outside DeRozan. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 5 assists tonight.
Guys, you remember when DeMar DeRozan first came into the league? He was just really a raw athlete. Now he's a finely tuned offensive juggernaut.
Now, here is Irving. 11 points in the game. LeVert kicks to Prince. Aldridge against Jordan. The Nets need to get a shot off here. And it's LeVert missing. San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Game. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Gay is on the court for his scoring ability, and there's no better way to get points on the board than with the and one.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And it's clear that's a change for the better from what he was able to do at the free throw line a year ago, guys.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Joe Harris comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Crawford in for Irving. And the free throw, no good. Like the level of nuance in the footwork that keeps evolving every few years. Talk about the changes that you have seen from the time you've played to the exquisite footwork we see now.
Well, you know, some of my peers would say that these guys are being allowed to walk and have it talked about as good footwork. So you work with Reggie and other guys, and I hear them all the time saying guys are getting away with carrying the ball and so forth. But the footwork is pretty good. I mean, when you think about it, the step-back three-point shot, the ability to make plays off the dribble, all attributed to footwork. I think it's just an evolution of the game. As players see more and more of excellent work on the court, they're able to emulate it a lot sooner and a lot better.
Now here is LeVert following the miss by LaMarcus Aldridge. Prince against Gay. 9 feet out. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
The defense just too soft on that possession. You have to be closer and contest at the rim.
There's 42 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Here is Forbes. LeVert defending. The shot's good from Forbes. Forbes has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Murray against Crawford. There's 21 seconds left to play in the first half. Brooklyn now working with a new shot clock. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. The Spurs making a switch here. There's 14 seconds left in the first half of the game. Crawford with the steal. Here's LeVert. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. It's the Nets just dominating this one. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
I come out with a intense focus and intensity that other teams can't match. Just doing whatever it takes to keep our tempo. Guys are in a great rhythm when we have a great tempo, so just trying to get everybody involved and do whatever it takes to win.
Well, we'll see if you can keep playing at your pace in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty lopsided game, but still one half to play. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Kevin Durant was on fire in the first half. He ended up with 17 points, 2 assists, and 2 blocks. First 2 quarters from him were fun to watch. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Yeah, we saw what Durant can give you. Dead-eye shooting, off the catch, off the dribble, and in the post. And defensively, with the long arms, he seems to be in the right position to make some kind of impact.
Shaq, what did you see from San Antonio?
Well, they got to do a better job on the glass. Ernie, they got outworked. They were weak physically. That's part of how they fell behind in this game. I think if they can control those things, they'll be okay, Ernie.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
The Spurs shooting just 28%. They are offensively out of whack and out of step with each other at this point. Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. Prince out there with Harris, and it's Jordan in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Now here is Aldridge. And another shot, and Pirtle lays it up and in. Pirtle's got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for San Antonio. Outside for Jordan. All alone. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 4 assists in the game.
And Irving is comfortable running the offense. When a teammate's open, he's quick to whip it around and get him a good look.
Murray, good.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There's very little defense for that.
And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Prince, the pass to LeVert. Off target from 3-point range. The Spurs have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. And Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. And he makes the first.
You know, for a team like the Nets building without top picks, player development becomes critical. I mean, the Nets have made that a key focus for their franchise, and you can see the results paying dividends now.
Kevin Durant's checked in for Brooklyn. And both free throws good for Prince. Clark, you were talking about the Nets player development. Guys like Spencer Dinwiddie and Joe Harris were signed as free agents.
Yeah, and you know, guys, a coaching staff dedicated to taking them to the next level in terms of improvement and player development, the investment they make in their top-notch training facility, all of that focus paying off for them.
For San Antonio, they have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That's good from DeMar DeRozan. And Clark, throughout your NBA career, you always wore number 33. How'd you end up picking that number?
Well, it goes back to my idolization of Lou Alcindor at the time, who is now known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was the first big, graceful guy I saw do a little bit of everything in his days at UCLA, and then I digested all kinds of books and stories about him and just really admired his work on and off the court. Because he wore 33, I chose 33.
Now Murray, following the three-point attempt by Kyrie Irving. Shot clock at 5. No good. Prince with the defensive effort. For Brooklyn, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And it's LeVert missing.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Taurean Prince. Well, Clark, underrated athleticism for Derek White. For a 6'4" guard, he can finish above the rim.
And not only that, guys, but he also blocks shots. I mean, coming out of college, he and number 1 pick Markelle Fultz, the only players in the Pac-12 that rank top 10 in scoring, assist, and blocks. That's a heck of a triple.
The first free throw is good.
Boy, DeRozan is a treat to watch. This guy is athletic, and he throws down some monster dunks. This dude is sick at the rim.
DeMar DeRozan hits them both.
And the Spurs, I've heard it said, the most process-oriented team in the league.
Well, that's an understanding of what it takes for them as a small market team to be successful. A good assessment of what they have to do as the San Antonio Spurs to be good. Scouting, coaching, chemistry, all part of that.
Now here's Durant. 17 points in the game. Irving for 3. Murray with the defensive effort.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Cans it from downtown. DeRozan's got 12.
And perfect timing. This run is exactly what they needed, and it's right when they needed it. They couldn't afford to wait any longer.
Yeah, it's still a big hill to climb. I mean, it was essential that they at least made some kind of dent in that lead before we got to the fourth quarter.
And here's Irving, following the three-pointer by DeMar DeRozan. Yep, that one goes. 6 points for Jordan.
Jordan very efficient in the paint because of his length. Close to the bucket, he's hard to deal with.
And there's the foul. And it's on Taurean Prince. That's foul number 2 for him. Allen's checked in for Brooklyn. Spencer Dinwiddie comes in for Karis LeVert. The Spurs also with the sub. Mills, he's checked in for DeJounte Murray. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. That shot, no good. Good work defensively by KD.
You know, his scoring efficiency has been low, and it's not helping them on the scoreboard.
Irving passes to KD. And then Durant with the jam.
And Durant has experience running that pick and roll, diving perfectly off the screen.
And it's Mills with the ball for the Spurs. He kicks it to Pirtle. This one for three. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
And it's Allen slamming it down.
Woo-hoo-hoo, that's the stuff of nightmares for the defense. They see that one in their sleep. A long athlete like Allen flying in the air, that's a bad picture.
Now here's Mills. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Dinwiddie. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Nets?
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
The three from Mills. Offensive rebound. Here's Aldridge to stop the run. Tries yet again. And the layup is up and in. White's got 8 points.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
Now here's Irving. He's got 11. Outside, KD. Here's Prince. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Prince has got 4 this quarter.
Oh, great ball movement there.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Always going up for the alley-oop here.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And, you know, the lead just keeps growing. I mean, this game is not going to get out of their grip. They're going to keep pulling away.
Prince against DeRozan. Now Mills. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet.
Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
Prince against DeRozan. Back to Irving. To the middle. Durant, no good.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Here's Irving. After the basket by San Antonio. Prince in the corner. Three-pointer. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got his 8th assist here tonight.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Now here's Mills. Looking to end his cold spell, and stolen by Kyrie Irving. Left side, KD. 11 feet out, and he hits it. Durant's got 21.
Just make sure you keep getting him touches. I mean, you love what he's doing at the offensive end. Don't go away from it.
The Spurs have gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field. Outside, White. Pass to Pirtle. Outside DeRozan. Now the pass to Aldridge. Just 5 to shoot. Impressive fadeaway right there. Aldridge has got 9.
You know, you look at the mid-range game Aldridge has, it keeps the defense honest. They have to worry about a lot more than just his post game.
Irving kicks to Dinwiddie. And stolen by Aldridge. White drives in. Brooklyn with the rebound.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
To the inside. And then Durant with the dunk.
So good at getting to his spots and then cashing in, making the game look easy.
Here's Mills. He's still scoreless so far in this one.
DeRozan.
He can't get that one to fall. Excellent D there from Allen.
This is definitely a day he'd like to forget. He just hasn't had the energy or the intensity to get it done out there. He's still scoreless.
Prince.
And a great front office in Brooklyn. General Manager Sean Marks taking over in 2016, and he just signed an extension.
And you know, guys, that San Antonio tree has some great branches on it all over the league, and he's one of them. I mean, he's been a player, a coach, has worked in the front office. Marks understands all sides of the basketball business.
That one is off. So for the Nets, Harris comes in for Kevin Durant, and it's Crawford in for Kyrie Irving. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Lyles checked in for Purtle. Gay comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Bellinelli, he's checked in for Derek White. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Patty Mills. And there's the call. It's on Spencer Dinwiddie. That's his first foul. Here's DeRozan, and he drops in the layup off the glass. DeRozan's got 10 points in the quarter.
You look at DeMar DeRozan, and he's tough to stop inside, really in his comfort zone in there.
Dinwiddie outside. Nobody near Allen. That shot off the mark. So the Spurs will take it the other way. Here's Bellinelli. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Boy, nice job that time, guys, from Forbes, spotting the wide open man and dropping the dime.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Here's Dinwiddie. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
This is some kind of performance we're seeing from him today. He has yet to miss a shot.
And at 6'6", Spencer Dinwiddie's tall for a point guard, but Clark, despite his size, very slippery off the dribble.
Yeah, he's ill-like when you talk about him off the dribble, guys. I mean, excellent change of pace, and he's got a quick first step. And once he gets in the lane, his size helps him be a good finisher. And, you know, the Spurs are never afraid to play to the tune of their own drummer. I mean, just as the rest of the league embraces threes and layups, the Spurs going against that grain, leading the league in mid-range shots and post-ups.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You know, DeRozan is deceptive in his height and quickness, so I think it makes him hard to guard, especially from this area.
Well, you were talking about the mid-range and the post-ups. Those are the strengths of DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge.
Well, Coach Popovich has been so successful for decades because he always adapts to the strengths of his players. Outstanding coaches do that in every sport. That shot diet might not work for most other teams, but if it fits the Spurs, they'll go old school and make it work for them.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. He's got 15. Here's Jordan. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 4 assists in the game. Here is Forbes. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Jamal Crawford picks one up.
You know, that's what Forbes has to do now. He's got to be aggressive, force the defender into a tough spot, and be ready to handle that contact.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And guys, I think that's a tribute to his work ethic. I mean, it's not by accident that he's enjoying the success he is at the free throw line.
And the guard, Bryn Forbes, won back-to-back state championships as a high schooler in the state of Michigan. A couple years at Cleveland State, then transferred back to the state of Michigan and played at Michigan State.
And after that time at Michigan State, he went undrafted, but Kevin really has developed into a steady rotation player in the NBA. And by the way, quite a knockdown shooter.
And the Spurs with possession here after the missed three from Jamal Crawford. Here's Gay. Second shot opportunity. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. We've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Allen.
He's really made that a focus of his game these past few years, and it's paid big-time dividends for him. He's become a much better rebounder, and it's increased his value as a player by leaps and bounds.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And with the signing of Durant and Irving along with DeAndre Jordan, Greg, are the Brooklyn Nets now claiming the mantle for the top team in New York?
Listen, they were already the better team a season ago. After stealing the Knicks' thunder in free agency, acquiring the superstar talent, they're poised to steal the Knicks' cultural relevance as well.
Here's Crawford. Can't get it to fall. San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's DeRozan. And yes, it's good. DeRozan's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
Now here's Jordan. He's got 8. DeRozan with the rebound.
Wow, I'm surprised. I thought that was definitely automatic.
Out left to the wing. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Good on the shot. Harris has got 7 points in the game.
Changing ends quickly, getting the advantage in numbers and finishing. They've been doing it all night long.
You know, they've been the more up-tempo team, clearly. It's helped them gain the advantage in this one.
So it's the Spurs now after the basket by Brooklyn. 46 seconds left to play in the third. Here's DeRozan. Another miss by DeRozan.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Dinwiddie with the bucket.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
The Spurs shooting 42% from the field here in the third. And Forbes kicks to Gay. The Spurs working the ball around now. Here is Forbes. Dinwiddie covering. Shot clock at 6. Forbes the pass to Lyles. A beautiful reverse layup.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Dinwiddie uses the glass to finish the layup. Dinwiddie's got 9 points in the quarter.
Skilled at creating off the drive. Dinwiddie's confidence and focus when he's penetrating, superb.
And so it's Brooklyn going to the break, holding an enormous 36-point lead. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we'll be back with you shortly. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, clearly he's the guy that stirs the drink for him, and that's how he does it, with his dynamite passing skills.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And so Crawford will bring it up for the Nets. On the court right now for the Spurs, we've got Johnson, and it's Zamanic in at the power forward. Chandler, no good. Spurs shooting just 34% from the floor. Here's Walker, and finished off by Walker.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality.
An absolutely tremendous athlete, able to go up and finish over the biggest of defenders.
Here's Crawford, following the bucket by the Spurs. Pass to Karuch. Chandler right side. And it's good off the glass. So it's the Spurs now. Down low. And the layup falls.
That's serving it up on the platter there. What a nice pass. A high percentage look was the result.
Passes it to Karuch. Here's Claxton. He's guarded by Johnson. The turnaround. Claxton with the bucket. Claxton's gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Here's Walker. Lays it up and banks it in. Walker's got 4 points now in the quarter.
No defensive pressure at all. I mean, that's not going to get it done against him.
The Nets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Harris outside. Pass to Claxton. Shoots over Lyles. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. For San Antonio, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Here is Forbes, and there's the pass to Lyles. Now here's Walker. Puts up a 3. They get it back. Second chance shot. Here's Samanic. Johnson for 3. Brooklyn with the rebound. Harris inside, guarded by Walker, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Let's see what the Brooklyn Nets have coming up. On Sunday, they'll defend home court against the Chicago Bulls. And then on Tuesday, they'll go up against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers.
And that game against the Clippers, it's the second game of a back-to-back, and you know they're going to be feeling the effects of it. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes a toll.
That's good from Harris. Fans are always trying to distract opposing players during free throws. Have you ever seen that work in an arena?
No, I think it's just a nice workout for the fans, Kevin, quite honestly. I mean, if a guy misses, it's not because the fans have gone crazy behind the basket. It's because he shot it left or right or short or long. It's not because of the fans being on top of him, at least in my opinion.
Right. Both shots good from the stripe.
You know, he was waived after his second year in the league, guys, but Joe Harris didn't let that stop him. He improved his skills, and he's carving out a nice career for himself.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Now here's Crawford. Harris passes to Claxton. Shoots over Lyles. Claxton no good. San Antonio's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's Johnson. Here's Samanic. The shot's good. Samanic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Here's Claxton to the paint. Crawford, no luck.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just...
Oh, my goodness!
Oh, yeah!
What a play!
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game.
And, guys, it's going to be a long time before we see another one just like that.
Now here is Harris. And it's Karuch missing. Here is Forbes. Clark, do you think we in the media overemphasize championship rings when talking about an individual player's legacy?
Yeah, I think when you talk about an individual player's legacy, a player can be a champion without a championship ring. I know there's another level of champion which includes a championship ring, and sometimes it gets distorted in my estimation because an individual only has so much impact on a team being a championship team. There are no individual team champions. Teams win championships. Being a key player or a role player on a championship team is certainly worthy of recognition and being held in high esteem, but I don't like to see championship caliber players being diminished in the court of public opinion because they didn't win a team championship ring.
Like Stockton and Malone.
Exactly. You could go down the list, a number of guys who just weren't, for whatever reason, able to get the ultimate in a team championship, but had championship Hall of Fame careers.
Now here's Crawford. Got a hand on it. And here's Walker. Forbes. Off target with his three. Over in the corner, Kurucs. Nets passing it around. Crawford dishes to Chandler. Inside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
You just can't foul Harris there because he's almost automatic from the line.
Clark, any changes you'd like to see made in the process when players and teams are fined for any number of things, incidents on the floor or off the floor?
Well, I think there's a place for fines and the different amounts depending on how egregious the act is by a player or team makes some sense. I think having different categories, but I'm one that would rather hit hard and less often. So I think if you want to minimize the number of finable offenses, then make the penalty be greater for those things that are finable.
Garrett Temple has checked in for Brooklyn. Mills, he's checked in for San Antonio. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. Clark, here's kind of an interesting perspective question for you. How much of making it to the NBA is talent? How much of it is the work you put into it?
Kevin, if I were to give this a ratio, I would probably say 65% talent, 35% work ethic, because you have to have a level of unique giftedness to be an NBA player. Many can work really hard and not be NBA caliber. So I think there's, I tilt that 65-35 talent to work ethic.
Here's Temple. Clark, it feels like we're seeing more and more of this, but bench celebrations and reactions at both college and pro levels.
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? I think it's a outgrowth of the social media platform.
You're right. I agree.
I think there's no question because anything that can be done that's creative and fun is going to find a life on social media and maybe go viral. And guys know that. They're aware. I mean, this generation has grown up with social media. So they understand that they could be seen beyond just the arena if they do something pretty clever.
And you and I are sitting over here watching. We're laughing as much as anybody else, aren't we?
Oh, I'm not denying that it's fun. I love seeing it, actually. But on occasion, it does get a little carried away.
Here's Temple. Pass to Claxton. It's Chandler high post. Again, the Nets for 2.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Lyles, rebounded by the Nets. Claxton's got his 8th rebound here tonight. To the middle. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Wilson Chandler's a real baller now. I mean, even when you try to get physical with him, this guy handles that beautifully. He's capable of still overpowering you.
Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for Joe Harris.
One shot. One shot.
a versatile forward with a really nice, well-rounded all-around game. I mean, Chandler plays with great energy on both ends of the floor.
Dinwiddie with the steal. Passes to Claxton. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 5 assists tonight.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Now here's Mills. They need this. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Chandler with the defensive effort. The Nets have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. Kicks it to Temple. We've seen some ugly incidents last few years, Clark, between players and heckling fans. Can anything be done to fix it?
I think security in the arenas is important. Fans oftentimes that go across the line in interacting with players are usually fueled by alcohol. I don't know how you could control that element of it. The incidents are few and far between. We have seen a few more, but I still don't think it's an epidemic. But I think security, and then each team and each franchise should really be educational with its fans about what's acceptable behavior and what won't be tolerated.
And with the monster finish, he stops an 11-0 run by the Nets.
Brooklyn's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Dinwiddie outside. Pass to Temple. Here's Karuch. Chandler right side. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Johnson's got the ball, and he gets it to go.
Pressuring the ball and making a play that created the opportunity.
You know, you push it after a steal, there's almost no chance the defense can get back and recover.
Now here's Dinwiddie. Here's Temple. Back to Dinwiddie. Out to the right wing. Shoots it up. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And San Antonio shooting about 45% from the floor in the fourth. They grabbed their own miss. Here's Samanic. No good with the layup. And here's Chandler, who brings it up for the Nets. Here's Temple. Mark, the max contract didn't exist when you were playing. Is it something that should be up for debate?
Well, it's a function of the economics of the league now, and in theory, there's some reasons why you have max contracts, because a guy has earned that opportunity, a way to keep a star player or max contract player with the same team, I think is part of the reasoning behind it. I mean, debating it and talking about it is probably something that makes some sense. If you're thinking about getting rid of it, I'm not so sure.
And it's Karuch missing. The Spurs shooting poorly, just 35% so far. Bounce pass Mills. Here's Samanic. Dinwiddie covering. Rebounded by Temple. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting 40% in the fourth.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Nets.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And this will make it 41 victories for them on the year.
A 2-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
And, Greg, that's a nice feeling to get the sweep. Even though it is a small number, still nice to get that sweep.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Kevin Durant.
An unbelievable scoring performance. He absolutely took over and never let up.
And Brooklyn has possession following the bucket by the Spurs. Back to Temple. The pass to Dinwiddie. He kicks to Temple. Fires for three. Offensive rebound. Claxton the pass to Chandler. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. In the corner, it's Temple. The three-pointer, no good. Mills with it. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. DeAndre, you were active at both ends today. How did you get yourself going?
I think it was just us trying to come out and win a game at home. We know how important these are. Every game that we play is important, so we just got to keep it going.
And you protected the home court well, DeAndre. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.